Do the thing.
It has begun.
Insert chick joke.
Very
Yeah.
well. Okay.
Okay.
So,
4 days have passed since the little side quest into the realm of tree to kill the worm of ice. In those 4 days, nothing too exciting has happened. Mainly because I don't know what happens yet. Because we're gonna figure that out later. Because that's how we do. But yeah, no, it's been relatively quiet mostly. Y'all have kind of scattered a little bit. You still kind of return to Jambus's house at the end of every night. You talk to each other. You hang out. Agate has finally finished her reading lessons with John Russo, and boy, howdy is she proud of that. It is pretty gosh darn glorious. So on this particular morning, it's currently, we'll say about, actually, you know what? We'll do this. This particular morning, it is 4 days. Oh, that would be so sad. So it's been 4 days. It is now morning of do we do days of the week, Maria? We'll say it's Wednesday because that's a good day. It's Hump Day. Everyone loves Hump Day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Do you want fantasy days of the week?
I'll work on it. I'm working on it. It is on my list.
Does Hump Day become a sexual fantasy?
I already have a calendar for you if you want a calendar.
All right. Anyway,
it's all Excel'd up and everything.
So we'll say that it's Wednesday because it's whatever day is equivalent of Wednesday because that's how we roll. Because Wednesday's a nice day for us. So on this particular Wednesday morning, who wants to tell me who wakes up first?
Cyrenixia is probably up fairly early.
Question: has the cook been hired by Jambus yet?
We'll get to that.
Wise DM. Because the cook would probably get up first.
That is true.
Okay, so in that case, we're gonna say Cyrenixia. So what do you do when you wake up?
Make sure all of my armor and things are clean, and do my morning,
meditation.
Not quite my morning music playing meditation-y thing, and some basic exercises and drills.
Can he roll a performance check to see how good his music is? And if it's really bad, does it wake the rest of us up?
I'm not performing for anyone, though.
Every time we play, very much.
You know what? Actually, just for the hell of it,
yes.
Yeah. So next year, give me a performance check, just because. Nice. You're sounding. You're getting pretty good right now. It's not quite at the level that you think you're comfortable showing it to other people yet, but it probably is actually good enough that you could show it to other people, but you're a perfectionist. You like to make sure that you really can nail it. So you figure maybe a little bit more time before
That's not
you
really
want to
show to other people thing.
That's also true. So you figure maybe a little bit more time. By the time you're done cleaning your armor and practicing your instrument and going through kind of your whole morning routine, about an hour has gone by, and you, I assume, make your way downstairs. It's probably about 8 in the morning right now on a Wednesday. You will say make your way down stairs to go get some breakfast, only to find a very unusual sight. You're used to when you go down for breakfast, there's the kitchen area, and then there's the dining area. And the dining area, it has several long tables at it, and you're used to just kind of sitting there, and then people will come out of the kitchen and bring you food. Or you go into the kitchen and bring yourself food if you get bored. Ignore my phone. I apologize profusely for my phone. This is a spam call. I'm currently being really worried about it. So I'm picking it up and then hanging it up because fuck spam calls! Anyway,
I also just got a spam call.
Anyway, but on this particular the dining rather different because a couple of the tables have actually been kind of pushed together and moved back towards the wall, and hovering Christ
Just
on a bicycle.
pull the plug.
Well, they don't call it spam for nothing.
Yeah, but anyway,
I'm gonna kill someone. Anyway,
not me, please.
I make no promises. We'll let the dice determine that.
You find the chef has choked on their own food.
Mike.
But on this particular day, so the tables have kind of been pushed together into what almost looks like a buffet table. And standing behind is someone you have never seen before in your life, Serenixia. If you would care to describe yourself.
Oh crap! I was gonna plan that, wasn't I? I am a 7.5 foot tall person with very large ears that are gray and a trunk.
A trunk.
Babar!
Basically. I am wearing a sort of really quick tunic fashioned together. It doesn't really look like I care about it. It is surprisingly not splattered with sauces and juices and everything else that's going on in the kitchen. But there is an apron that is over the counter that is splattered with juices and blood and guts and whatever else has gone into the cooking of whatever is on the table right now. There are 2 bracelets. Yes, sausage made from scratch just this morning. I killed the pig myself. And 2 bracelets over my left wrist, and you notice I only have 4 fingers on each hand. I mean, 3 fingers and a thumb, but digits, 4 digits.
I assume this looks normal, it's just a weird elephant thing?
It's a weird elephant thing.
Do me a favor, Serenixia, go ahead and make me a nature check if you would not mind.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's not obvious scars that something was cut off.
No. It is normal for elephant things.
So yeah, Serenixia, you have never seen anyone looking even remotely like this before.
What does an elephant's fingers look like?
Here, let me screenshot Guide to Ravnica.
The Loxodon.
I just tried because they normally have a hoof, so I'm just.
It's weird.
They have like really short, stubby
Drops
fingers.
like
It's really
this.
cool.
Spam call?
Rude.
No, that was an alarm.
Oh.
Yep.
Spam alarm. Okay.
The group me is loading. You will see it eventually.
It's fine.
Okay.
And I have tusks, and they are cool. There's some jewelry hanging off of those later. What?
After you said you have tusks,
With a little bit of jewelry on them too. It basically looks like earrings, but not.
Dangling.
Yep.
Okay. Did the internet? Hello?
Hello.
Lydia.
Yes.
You're back. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, your video is just super far behind.
Yeah.
That's all.
I may end up turning it off if this keeps continuing.
That's fine.
Is that all? Any other?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll figure out more details later.
They caught
I
up.
don't believe we've met before. My name is Serenixia.
Milady.
A pleasure to meet you, my lady.
Milady.
Milady.
Yes.
Are you a new chef here?
Well, I wouldn't call myself a chef exactly. I'm just a cook. But I do make good food. The sausages are fresh if you want
Your
some.
creation.
Yes.
I will serve up my food.
It's at this point that Arentha comes down the stairs. You stop for a second as you as well see this brand new figure. Go ahead and make me a nature check if you would not mind.
Yeah. Oh, dumb.
Yeah, you.
I really don't
What?
appreciate being stared at.
It's just because you're so beautiful. And I bow a little bit.
Do I
What a
believe her?
save!
You know what? Go ahead
Rocket
and make
League
an insight
style.
check. Arentha, do you even want to try deceiving them that way?
No, it's more of a wonder than a beauty, but it's not a bad like what the hell is that she's feeling. I don't think we've met. Have you just been hired by Jombus?
Yes.
Their sausage.
Yes.
I'm Aretha, and I go and try and shake her hand.
Pleased to meet you. And she shakes your hand.
Okay. I'll take my sausages and go.
Okay.
Arentha,
Only sausages, that's all you have for breakfast.
Gotta get that protein, bruh.
Yeah, I gotta build that muscle
There's a whole buffet.
while I eat it.
Arentha's on a keto diet.
Six.
Actually.
That's why she doesn't have any hair.
Part of me? That's fair.
I mean, I can't speak to the same experiences causing that.
So Trindeck, speaking of Trindeck, you are the next person coming down the stairs because I'm just rolling for this, by the way. So Trindeck, you are the first person, the next person to come down the stairs. Go ahead and make me a nature check for this, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I don't mind.
So Trindeck, you come down and you see a Loxodon standing behind. You haven't run into many of these people. They tend to be fairly quiet and reclusive, but you think you think you might have met one or two of them that have come through your city. They have a reputation for being the kind of people who listen more than they talk, and that's probably about all you would know about them based on your upbringing and where you were at the time.
I'd like to think, because at this point I've rolled really well for a lot of history and nature checks. I'd like to think that my parents are just like more knowledgeable than they've let on. This is interesting.
But anyway, you come downstairs and there's a Loxodon standing behind this buffet table. You can see Serenixy and Arentha sitting off at a table eating. They're the only two in the room at this point.
I'll approach Serenixy and Arentha first, and I'll kind of be like, "Alright, who's she?" But like kind of loud enough that you hear that, because I'm not good at that yet.
It's Milady. He seems to be a recent cook hired by Jambus. The food is quite good. I think better than our average fare here. I'm pleased with the improvement.
Sausages, Jake.
Milady, I look at you, Milady. I say, "That's your name? It's nice to meet you."
It is simpler. It is nice to meet you too.
My name is Trindek.
Hello, Trindeck. What would you like to eat?
Well, they seem to say your sausages are good, so
Yes.
I guess I'll get some of those.
And there's bread there.
Jamra, you come down the stairs as Trindeck is being served his food. Make me a nature check if you would not mind.
Honestly, I don't think that Jamra would really notice.
Actually, that's a valid point. So
this is horrible, but he doesn't really see the help.
That's you know what?
Yeah.
You know
You
what?
are going to be
Just
pulverized. I love it. Sorry.
for the hell of it, genre, do me a favor. Make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I'm so
curious.
happy.
Roll poorly, Jack.
Oh, sorry, that's persuasion. This is perception.
Yeah.
That's a
You
3.
don't even notice. You don't even notice the elephant in the room. I want you to know. I want you to know, Maria. I have been sitting on that since you told me what race you were going.
Yup.
I will walk over to sort of the stand, and I'll if you know, I imagine that I don't know what the standard breakfast fare is, but like if there's some
I'll
omelet
figure it
or
out.
whatever, I think John would scoop some of that on there, get some bread, and then wander over to the table.
Good morning.
You'll
Oh yes, good morning. Just doesn't even look at you.
Does he look like a privileged asshole, or does he look more like guy that just doesn't notice anybody?
He's not wearing a ton of jewelry or anything right now. Like, he has a signet ring on his finger, and he has like an earring, but otherwise he's kind of his clothes are very nice, but he's not like dressed. He's not dressed super gaudy or anything.
Okay.
Maria, if you want, you can make me an insight check.
I shall do that. I'm still trying to figure out. So, just be warned that some of these may change because. Okay, fine.
Oh yeah, no, you're
This
not
guy's a
really
fucking
sure.
dick.
You think he might just be really used to Loxodons, and he may just not even think anything of it.
Nice.
He's so cultured.
Yes.
Couple of minutes go by. Y'all are sitting there eating, and then Agate, you do finally emerge.
Okay. I come down the stairs and like I'm so happy Jasper's back, and I just like cuddle him always. And table, and I put on my plate enough food to make everyone lunch plus my breakfast, and I go and I sit down at the table and I start making sandwiches for everyone and putting them in the bag to give to Jasper.
Agate, real quick, make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
You do, in fact, notice the elephant in the room. I am, however, not going to be giving you a nature check to see if you know what a Loxodon is. Given your upbringing, I don't think there's any possible way you could.
I'm just going to, like, as I, like, pass by, like, look up and be like, I'm Agate.
Hello. I am Milady.
I'm gonna sit down.
Okay, before you start making sandwiches, like as soon as you start, Milady is going to move over way faster than you expect her to be able to and be like, I will do that. And start making the sandwiches for you.
Thank you. And now I, like, sit there awkwardly because that was my plan for breakfast. That was what I was gonna do. Just, like, pet Jasper some.
Okay.
Oh, I'm very happy that you have seemingly been able to restore Jasper.
Yeah, I had to learn some things to be able to do it, but now that I can read, helped.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
Good to hear.
I'm glad you've learned this. And let me know if there are any other languages that you would like to study.
Absolutely.
Does this mean he's like a super zombie? He was dead and then you animated him and then he was dead again. And is he more powerful this time?
This is a side note. This is a side note because last time we had like the spirit of a familiar occupying a taxidermy chipmunk body, and now that taxidermy chipmunk body is destroyed. It was blown up. and eat. Do I just now have a chipmunk familiar that is no longer taxidermied? Because now it's like a 100 familiar.
We'll figure
I
it
think
out.
it bonded with the taxidermy, and so has sort of
Like you may have just grabbed a
chosen
new.
that as its fate.
What are the components of the familiar spell? Like how do you have to recreate him? 100 gold.
Incense and charcoal.
It's 10 gold.
10 gold worth of incense and charcoal.
Yeah.
So you may have just stopped by Butters and she helped you craft him up.
Although I believe it was the bag of holding was connected to the taxidermy thing, right?
Mhm.
So
The main question
I don't
is
know
whether,
how that-
Maria, you meant for that to be something that Agate would always have access to,
It
or
is
if
meant
you
for
want
her
that
to
be
always
gone.
have access to.
So it seems
So
like
So
it
it would
is.
probably end up being something more like 15 gold pieces instead of 10, but you would still have access to it because that was the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna say. Well, I'm gonna say for like future continuity, came back. He sort of looks kind of zombified, but that's because that's what his Fey form decided to do. That's how I imagined bringing him back.
Sounds
We'll just
good.
say that.
Makes sense.
Master's back.
Cool.
And Milady sort of reaches out with her trunk to sniff him.
So she's joined us at our table then?
No, she's
Or-
making sandwiches.
Well, was Agate making?
Making
Agate,
sandwiches
nobody
at the table.
gets to
Yeah.
make food anymore.
She went and seized.
This is out of
the
character.
sandwiches Agate was making.
Yeah, pretty much she was like,
She sees the means of
please
production.
let me do that.
I let her do that, and then as Jasper, if she's sniffing Jasper, Jasper's gonna scurry up her trunk.
Oh, hello. Okay, the Loxodon has finally been posted on GroupMe.
Such a cool race.
Am I the only person imagining the Loxodon going cross-eyed as she
Oh,
tries
that's
to
what I
look
saw
at the
too.
chipmunk on
Like,
the trunk?
hello.
That's
They
exactly what's
just have
happening.
fingers.
Nice.
Yep.
And yeah, you all are sitting at the table.
Okay. Well, this has been nice.
This food is really good.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Good.
That's
Ah.
good.
Oh. Yeah, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, those hands are weird.
Right?
That-
There's only 4 fingers.
I know! It's really weird.
2 legs bad, 4 legs good.
There's the venerated Loxodon. 4 and a white mana for a 4/4 with Convoke, and when it comes into play, all creatures that tapped to put it into play get the +1/+1 counter on them.
Except none of those things exist because that's a different game.
Magic the Dungeon.
Nice.
I feel like I could do things with this that disappeared suddenly. I've reread this class description like 6 times. And there was something in it in the first read that is no longer here.
It may have been updated.
So
Except I didn't-
after
It's local on my computer. We'll figure it out.
Milady
Well, then you're going crazy.
makes the sandwiches, I'm going to go and put them all in a bag and pack lunch for everyone.
All right.
Thank you, Agate.
Thank you.
So, Adam, is there anything that Jambus had assigned to us today, or are we have another day off?
I haven't heard anything yet. I suppose wait around the head of the house shows up. She appears.
In the meantime, while we're just waiting here with a cook, we could have some crepes.
I could make
Crepes?
crepes.
Crepes?
Crepes.
What is a crepe?
That you grow
Oh my
grapes.
god. Oh my god. Milady, can
I
you make
will-
crepes, please?
Absolutely. And I will proceed to make crepes with all
I want
sorts
this
of
to be the
jams
whole
and powdered sugar. And you can watch me like beating eggs, and my trunk is kind of steadying the bowl, and then the other one is just beating the egg. And no, you don't beat eggs with crepes. What am I saying? But anyway, mixing everything and milk, and then I beat some eggs for whatever else goes on. Maybe fluffy omelets, who knows? But
It's
the
fun-
crepes start
it's
being
fun
made immediately, and then powdered sugar, lemon juice, a little
It's
bit of
while you're
jam.
watching this incredible display happen that you all hear the front door of Jambus's place open.
Okay.
Do
Do we see
any
anything?
strange
You don't
figures?
you don't see anything because the front door doesn't obviously to the dining room. And you don't hear footsteps, but within moments, the door opens, and I'll let you all decide your reactions to Nyx just walking into the room. But that's what happened.
Oh, that.
Oh, great.
Good morning.
Immediately goes to the table.
Milady goes, "Good morning. Would you
What?
like breakfast?"
You
No.
He doesn't work here.
No, he
do you
doesn't
have
get our
any
food.
news, Nick?
He doesn't live here. What are you doing here?
Well, it's just lovely to see you all too.
Yes, this is
I
a
will
private residence.
turns to look at Milady. I will absolutely take breakfast. I am absolutely famished. Thank you for that.
Do not
You
make
don't have
it
a
over.
key.
You don't
Pulls up
live
a
here.
chair and sits down right next to you guys. We're gonna say,
God,
hold
we-
on,
we are
hold on. Who's he sit next to?
guards?
One,
God-
two,
no,
three,
we are the
four,
guards.
5. Hold on. Who does he sit next to? Sarah next to you. Sits right next to you. Sarah next to you.
Do you have any news regarding what we spoke of?
Not specifically. No, I'm still looking into things, but that's not actually why I'm here.
Milady just scoops up like a ton of berries and sets it in front of Orentha, and then says, "Yours will be coming right up. Would you like sausages?"
Yes, I would. Yes, if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Of course. Bread, sauce, jam,
He only gets sausage.
oatmeal. What, one sausage?
Only one.
Oh,
Well,
all right.
how have you all been faring since our little adventure? I see your little creature has returned. Well done. Point looking at Agate.
Well, like, well, Jasper. Very closely.
This is a charming reunion. Why are you in our house?
Well, first of all, it's not entirely your house, is it? And second of all,
We live here. You do not.
no, I don't. But I'm here on business. Well,
Business.
allow me to ask you all. You all are under the employ of Mr. Darker, but I believe you do on occasion receive jobs from other sources, am I correct?
I believe that is correct.
No,
You
we
say
are not
that
taking
nobody
any
raises
jobs
it.
from the Nictocarassus.
Wait, what was that, Arantha?
Arantha says no, we are not taking any jobs from the Nictocarassus.
We should hear him out. There,
It's a crime
If he is-
organization.
if he is coming to us, there is likely a reason, and it is a job that he believes we would agree to.
Nyx, at this point,
They're
two
not
sausages.
entirely-
Sorry. At this point, a plate with 2 sausages and 2 eggs and some orange juice on the side and a heaping plate of like bread and like whatever is placed right in front of you. Bon appetit.
Thank you very much. You're very appreciative.
I elbow you, Arenta. Dende says, well, yeah, I think we should leave Serenixia because I would guess she would have cut his head off if he wasn't up to something good.
It is still an option.
I mean, sick reference, but I disagree. But I'll shut up also.
I do not relieve people of their heads without proper justification and criminal. There are many circumstances. We can discuss this later if you would like. Right now, I believe Nyx has words for us.
I do, in fact. So, I know several of you have a vested interest in the happenings in this city, and those of you who I know for certain have a vested interest in making sure that things here run smoothly, and both of those things are somewhat precarious at the moment. There is a certain individual who has worked with a few times before, and he has unfortunately gone somewhat off the rails, I believe might be the best way of describing it. He has in his possession an item of some power that I regret to say we helped him acquire, and now we would very much like to get it back.
Guys, I thought we were done being a cleanup crew.
What?
So,
When you say this man has gone off the rails, what does that mean?
Is he gonna hurt people?
I believe the likelihood is less of him intentionally hurting people and more in terms of him accidentally hurting people.
So he has gone mad. He is insane.
So he's like Trindak and he accidentally kills me sometimes?
Nyx actually does laugh at that. He turns to Serenity and says,
Pats Trindak on the back.
Trinidad just stares awkwardly.
The lady's eyes go really wide.
Nyx turns back to Serenity. I am hesitant to say he is mad, because what he is mad with is grief, and that is a
grief?
rather precarious subject. Yes. His wife unfortunately died recently, and
Under what circumstances?
unfortunate ailments that he could not save her.
Does he seek the power to bring back the dead?
Unfortunately, no. If it was that easy, I would not. Well, no, actually, if it was that easy, I would still have need for your services. But unfortunately, it's nothing so simple as that. If it was, I would have no difficulties in letting the guard know and allowing them to clean up the mess. Because
What is it that he does have?
how familiar are any of you with the practice of golemancy?
Of what?
Of what?
Golemancy?
Golemancy. Anyone
Like making
Golemancy?
golems?
Anyone who wants to make an Arcana check, feel free to.
I would
Jamra, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to Jamra and Serenixia with advantage.
Like, is it like? Does it sound like golems? Like the
Yes,
construct?
that's in fact exactly what it does.
That's what it's.
So, looking at this right now, Milady, Jamra, Serenixia. or no, yeah, so Milady, Genre, Serenexia, the three of you definitely know the word Golomancy is the both art and science behind the creation of golems of various kinds. Um, Milady, I will say you are aware that Golomancy itself is a rather subtle art, and it is very specific depending on what kind of golem you're trying to make.
Can I make a history check about hearing about rocks that move?
Why would you think rock? Why would your character associate Golomancy with rocks that move if you have no idea what the word
Especially
means?
since not
I
all
don't
golems
know.
are stone golems.
You've
Um,
been in a Titan.
I don't know if I don't know. It's
uh,
really the.
you know
It's
what,
a,
Trinback? Give me a history check with disadvantage.
okay. I don't know.
No, unfortunately, you unfortunately, you're not really entirely sure what's going on right now. After all, you and Magic have a very relationship in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm vaguely familiar with the term. It's the art of crafting golems, is it not?
It is, and that is the particular specialty of this individual.
It is his specialty.
It is. He has done a fair bit of work for multiple people in the city, including but not limited to the City Watch. Recently, however, his actions in response to the death of his wife have become, shall we say, erratic, and Nittigras has made inquiries. From what we were able to gather, he has unfortunately come into possession of a book that details the crafting of what are called flesh golems. We believe he is attempting to use this to, in some way, bring his.
Oh dear.
I see you understand the severity of the situation.
Well, we have some
Is this
minor
book the
experience
object
with flesh golems.
that you want us to return to you?
It is, in fact. We believe this book would probably be best left outside of the city, or perhaps in the hands of those trusted to, shall we say, contain pieces of information such as this that should not fall into people's hands.
So
Why not just
it is
destroy
a
it?
book.
Destroying it is certainly an option, but as I'm sure you can understand, my organization is not in the ready habit of destroying things that may one day prove to be valuable partnerships.
It is unwise to simply destroy that which is not understood. If it is secured safely, which is not necessarily with Nyctoparassus, there may be good that could come of that knowledge.
Of course. Uh, there are they are not strictly golems, but I know of places where elementals and such things are bound to serve the um, the productive interests, and such things can be quite beneficial. But hmm, you said flesh golem.
Yes.
Do you have any additional information about this man, his creation?
Unfortunately, the subtleties of this art are not known to me, nor are they readily available to my organization. You can see, I'm gonna give this one to Rentha, Serenixia, and Genre. The three of you can actually, I'll give it to Trinidad too. The four of you can definitely see Nyx looks a little put out when he says that his organization doesn't. Like, it's pretty clear that Nyx doesn't like not knowing this.
No.
Um. So this certainly seems like John will turn sort of left and right, looking along the table, like a a worthy endeavor that serves the civic duty. But I'm sure you also understand that we are hired operatives.
I'm so glad you asked about that. Nyx noticeably slowly, everyone here who has combat training, you can tell Nyx is probably moving deliberately slowly to not make it appear threatening in any possible way. But he turns, pulls the bag that he carries off of his shoulder, reaches into it, and pulls out a small chest. It's about this wide, this tall.
I can't see you.
He places it in front of you. It's a small chest. He
Can you
places
see
it
me?
in front of you.
Yes.
Like half the size of a skull, maybe.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Derek.
yeah, give or take. He places it in front of you, and my organization has authorized me to offer the payment of 1,000 gold on the recovery of this tome. 500 at the beginning and 500 at the end.
Or the chokes on her orange juice.
A lot of people like to pay in 2 payments.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. You cut out. How much was it?
1,000 gold, 500 now, 500 on the completion of the.
Okay, so that's not each, right?
No, that's total.
I am
And
willing
if
to
we
come
should
for this
not
amount.
return this book to you once it is
Then
retrieved.
you would not be receiving the other half of the 500 gold, and you would also probably be gaining the interest of an organization who has somewhat of a vested interest in where that book resides.
Ah, well, fortunately, we already have your interest.
Hey, keep coming to us.
Given that you are invading our home at breakfast time.
You currently have my interest. Believe me when I say the interests of the entirety of the Nyctophoresis organization are not going to be taken.
Well, we shall see about that. But that payment, I don't know, that seems like a rather small payment for such a valuable object. Particularly given that you mentioned yourself that your organization does not have any knowledge. And we, in fact, do have a little bit of information that might make such an acquisition possible.
Pray tell, what sort of information do you actually have?
But that would be telling.
Well, I will tell you that in addition to knowing what he is plotting, we also know where he is plotting, and we also offer our services, my services, in helping you retrieve it. To get to where he has sequestered himself, it will require traveling through the underground tunnels.
Oh,
Oh.
Do you not like the dark?
I not terribly dark and terribly small. No,
Do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision,
Okay.
Yeah.
but he's really a fan of
Okay.
Looking around at the rest of our group, do I get the sense that everyone is kind of on board with this?
Yeah, I'm down.
I think it would be best if we had the moment to discuss amongst ourselves before we agree. Perhaps speak with our employer, ensure that he had no other plans for us today. He is our host, and is thus our first priority.
I shall suggest Discuss amongst yourselves. Discuss with Mr. Dunn. I shall wait the entrance to the catacombs that you all have used previously. Should you decide to take the job, we will rendezvous.
What time should we arrive?
Whatever time suits you the best, though I will say, the earlier we get started, the earlier we're likely to be done. Nyx flips the lid closed on the chest, locks it, picks it up, puts it back into his bag, swings the bag around his shoulder, rises, says, turns to Milady and says, I'm terribly sorry. Would you happen to have some sort of disposable plate that I could take this with? I would hate
What's Nyx presenting as now? Like trustworthy or
That's entirely up to you.
You have seen how he has acted at this point.
yeah, but I don't know any of you guys either.
That's fair.
I'll give it to you, Milady, to interpret this. If you want to make an insight check to get a general sense of Nyx, I'll give it to you.
Yes.
16. You gather from this that there's probably more. The relationship between him and the party is fascinating, first of all. It definitely seems like they have a history and not the most positive of histories, but there almost seems to be this interesting grudging respect between the two of them, even if it's very much not even close to friendship or even liking.
Bold.
Okay, Milady sort of looks Nyx up and down and says, "Who's echoing?"
Emily.
Okay.
It's always Emily.
I got my headphones.
Sorry.
If you go to Best, if you have a little bit of money to spare, you can get a tolerable headset for $40 at Best Buy.
I have an extra headset for her.
And yet,
She didn't want it when I offered to leave it with her.
Why? I do not remember that.
I did. It's the old red one.
and you didn't leave it there anyway, Jack.
No,
Jeez.
she said no.
Val would keep using her shitty earbuds instead of the headphones I got her because they were on the dresser and not on her bed. And I'd be like, use your nice headphones!
No, that would be too easy. Though I would probably do the same if Derek got me super high-tech quality headphones. Just be like, they're too far away, these work.
Frequent purposes, sure, but if you're settling down to play like Dungeons and Dragons for 3 hours,
my
it's
God. Oh my god!
Sorry, did we mention there are 4 couples or ex-couples in this game?
That somehow all share the same experience.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's bring it back.
Anyway, Milady,
So,
you were
Milady sort of looks Nyx up and down and says, "You will bring the plate back. You may take it for now."
as you wish. He kind of gives her a slight bow. It's weirdly almost archaic form of politeness. It's weird. Then he turns to the rest of you and says, "I hope I will be seeing you all soon." Repeats the motion to all of you, and then he's out the door.
Milady bows back.
Once we discussed that Jombus should probably know about this, I sent Jasper scurrying over to Jombus's room to climb up on his bed, and then I'm going to, in my voice through Jasper, be like, "Hi, Jombus, do you have anything for us to do today?"
Oh, is he still asleep?
I will roll for that. Unless...
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Oh.
Oh.
"Hi, Jombus, do you have anything for us to do today?"
He sits bolt upright, just like, grabs the knife, and is just looking around and is like... And then he notices... Or... Does he? Yes.
I imagine when he's, like, Jasper was on his chest, so when
Oh
he
gosh!
sat bolt upright,
Oh, the
Watches.
Who's that?
chipmunk.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Hi, Jombus. It's Agate.
Get
Anything for us to do today?
no! Get out of my room!
Comes out of his room.
Okay.
I guess he has nothing to do today.
Oh
It's
gosh.
amazing.
The sad thing is he'll
Just-
probably get used to that.
Did Jombus know it was me, or did he think it was?
You don't know.
All right.
He may
What's the
talk
point
about
of being able to talk through your familiar if you don't use it?
That's fair.
So I vamp back into myself and be like, "Nothing for us to do today, so we could do this."
I
Milady.
think it would be a worthwhile endeavor to retrieve the book. This man does sound dangerous, but I would be very hesitant to give it over to the Nyctocarassus when we're done.
I mean, the problem is that Nyx is coming with us, and if we don't hand it over to him, we're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that. And if we take the job and don't give them the book, we're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that.
I think that maybe that we should try restarting it. Perhaps if we asked them for a copy, that way we can ensure that the book itself did not have any dangerous components, and from there we could, if there were anything that we discovered later down the line, we could have the tools to destroy it. We also have something that you mentioned the other day, Renta, that you spoke to a rather strange little gnome who possessed the flesh golem himself.
Yeah. At the Crimson Hydra? Red Hydra?
The Crimson
Oh
Hydra.
yeah.
Perhaps if we are going after this thing, forewarned is forearmed, and maybe he would give us some information.
Would be worth looking into. I don't know if he's crafted the golem yet. And I think
That's true.
before we go,
I'm just having a mental image of Golem running out the room. I'm having a premonition.
What is a golem?
tis an artificial creature animated by magic.
Well,
Jasper?
Agate, you were there when we went to
Sort
the
of.
Hydra. They had that guy that had the voice box.
Oh yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, this one is gonna kill us. I mean,
So
I don't
is he gonna kill us because like he wants to kill me, or because he's accidentally killing me?
No, he wants to kill you.
I can kill him, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I don't think we know yet enough to make that judgment.
Well, if he starts to kill us, then I suppose you could start to kill him.
Self-defense is justified.
I think we can take a golem. My concern is with the Nyctocarassus.
As is mine.
Milady has since left the room, and you can hear pots and pans banging, and she comes back in and says, "Are more of you reliant on strength or dexterity? And how many of you can see in the dark?"
Dexterity and no.
Is every
All of those?
I cannot see in the dark without aid, but it is not difficult for me to create light with which to see. Little glowy, flamey thing.
So, just because I couldn't see show of hands, Jamro's definitely more dexterous. Cyrenexia is
I have plague strength
okay.
all the way.
And then Agate dexterity with dark vision, then Orentha dexterity. Okay, and then Trindeka strength, or both.
Yeah.
Yes, it was strength first, but yeah.
Okay.
We'll come back for seconds.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Orentha, would you prefer to be able to see in the dark?
I would of the two, I would prefer to be more dexterous, but I always want to be able to see in the dark.
Very well. Thank you. I will be back. And pots and pans continue baking.
You're so enigmatic.
It's gonna be so much fun.
So what is it? I would certainly be in favor of keeping the book in our possession. Perhaps once we have seen its contents, we can make a judgment as to whether or not it is safe. It would be safe in the hands of the Nyctocoracis, but I would be happy to risk their displeasure if it means keeping a dangerous magical tome from someone who should not have it.
I do think Nyx is telling the truth that the Nyctocoracis has not really paid attention to us, and perhaps if we could at some point, like, figure out what the Nyctocoracis is like, and what they would do to somebody who has the thing they need.
From what we have seen so far, it seems they do not seem the most threatening. I would not be one to take them lightly, but we've seen how Nyx can perform. We haven't heard anything. They haven't seemed to cause us any trouble since our time in the tunnels with Jambus.
This Nyx can find us this easily.
Nyx already knows where we are all the time. Basically.
I don't see why this should be of great concern here.
Numbers. How many of them there are?
I think it is unlikely that some mild displeasure would bring an entire army down upon us. But
I hope.
even if it does, I will not be happy giving a potentially powerful artifact into the hands of such a untrustworthy organization.
Right.
And something to be mindful of with organizations like this is it's a slippery slope. You take one job, you do it, and they're asking you for another job and you do it. You keep doing it, and then all of a sudden,
You're part of them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We must, if we are to do this, and I think it is wise, even if we do not hand the book to them, the threat does seem real, and something to be addressed. Whether or not we hand back the 500 gold we took at the front because we did not adequately complete their job, that is a price I am willing to pay.
so
Yeah.
we're doing it.
So we're agreed.
I'm okay with it.
Think so.
Do the job, see what we can learn, be careful, and do not let Nyx leave with that book.
At this point, Milady comes out and says, I am ready. And you
What
could see
was that?
Milady comes out of the kitchen with a bag slung over her shoulder and a long sword at her hip and two small light hammers tucked in and says, "I am ready."
Alrighty.
Are
You
you
coming with us?
are you
Yes.
trained in this? This is maybe quite dangerous. I would not want.
She just looks at you and then looks away.
Can I? I'm gonna make some. Does she seem competent?
She walked in with a long sword on her hip, two small hammers, and a
Doesn't
cook
necessarily
and a
mean
bag.
that they're competent. It could mean that she, like,
Serenexia, go ahead and make me an insight check.
yeah, no idea.
You have no clue. I mean, hey, the weapons look like they'll do the job if she knows how to use them. Whether or not she does know how to use them, you're not good at that.
Her hammer's little tenderizer.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and I love it.
As
Gotta love
of
this
2
stuff,
seconds
bro.
ago. So at this point, the lady looks at Yorantha and we figured, R.I.P. Poor Jack.
Yeah.
Milady looks at Orentha and says, "Whenever you are ready to go, I am as well."
Hard eyes. Yeah. I'm ready if you guys are.
Could you perhaps demonstrate your skill before we go?
You want to spar?
A brief bout. It is not that I disbelieve you, but it is my dearest concern that we do not bring danger to those who cannot handle themselves. Hired as a cook. We
Hold on.
can hear
Yeah,
you.
yay.
I can hear you. She looks at you.
I
How much
need
space
no
is there
distraction.
around here, Ryan?
How much?
Like, I am big.
How much space?
Cyrenexia is
How
big.
much-
A longsword
Yeah,
is
that-
big.
I'm gonna
I
state.
mean,
This
shove
is
some-
not the place. If you do want to spar, this is not the place for
There
it.
is like a courtyard or something, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's you can definitely go
Where are we
outside and there'll
now?
be plenty of room.
We're about to
that's
leave the kitchen, and Serenixia is
What did
trying
we do?
to.
Where are we now?
I just want to have a
Serenixia is trying
brief
to assess
demonstration to
Milady.
see that Milady is competent, as the cook has just offered to go into battle with us.
Be right back. I'm gonna go pee.
The
For
cook?
the wait, so Milady, are you going to do this?
The cook?
Yes.
Right, the cook.
For the purposes of expediency, then we will fast forward through them.
Yeah.
I
mean,
will
I
say
imagine-
this.
Oh, come on! He impugned my honor.
You'll
My
have
temper is
plenty of-
hanging
The
hanging
DM
by a
is telling
thread.
you to save your fightiness for later. I would
Yeah.
listen.
I do
The
not
Ultra DM is saying she wants to hit him.
And the goal is not to have a, like, challenge. It is merely to see, like, you wield your weapons.
Basically, as soon as you get out to the courtyard, she swings it and then points it straight at your throat and is like, "Are we clear?"
For the purposes of this, Milady, make for me an attack roll if you would.
Thank you.
Oh.
Serenixia, she's trained.
Yeah?
You're not sure where she trained, but this is not a novice.
I'm impressed by your skill. You may join us.
What? Why is the cook coming with us?
Milady just looks straight at Orentha, and it's kind of evident, like, do we have to put up with this girl?
Around the
Jamra,
shakes her head.
Milady has volunteered to join us. She seems to be skilled with her craft, both weapons and cooking. And I certainly am not going to turn down assistance in our job.
But she is not a member of the squad.
Quit being elitist, genre.
I'm just okay. Then she can talk to the bureaucrats when they do their tax thing. Okay. I
As
just
a
know that there's all this rigmarole about us not being able to do certain things and other things, and everyone came up to me when I was carrying a spider down the street. Oh no, you'll need to have your paperwork. And she's a cook. She's not an adventurer, but that's fine. Enjoy their tests. You should hear what Serenixia had to go through.
what did she have to go through?
Taxes.
They have many
And
taxes
she had the
here.
proper paperwork.
Deadpan stare from Serenixia.
Hey, is that something I should do?
Yes.
I was informed on my arrival that they come around every, what was it, a quarter of a year, half a year, to collect your taxes. So they should come to you. I was merely being proactive.
Okay, that's good to know.
There is possibly a slight discount for such action, but
I have to review that.
All right. Are there being any stops made on the way to the?
Do people want to talk to Thindolian, or is that something that people were not interested in doing? Given that he did have a flesh golem.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
how far out of our way is the sludgery?
It's not too far out of the way.
I think it would be wise if this man does indeed have knowledge of if this man does indeed have knowledge of a creature which we may be coming to battle with. I think gathering information beforehand is never an unwise decision.
He seemed eccentric and like he didn't know completely what he was doing.
I think he was lovely.
He was very
For the purposes of this, to simplify things, let me ask one person in the party to make me a persuasion check with advantage.
I've
This is
got
taking into account the possibility of the help action from anyone else in the group. So
I will
who is the
I will
I have
persuasion.
+5 persuasion.
Probably
Whoever
be
has
me.
the
I have
most
+7.
should probably.
it's genre or agate.
Then it's
Oh, I
gonna
have
be Jamra.
+4, so
It's
John.
Jamra because he has the extra charisma and he's got his +3 proficiency bonus now.
all right, so
Yeah.
genre persuasion check with advantage, please.
21.
Nice. Okay. So, he is willing to give you some information about flesh golems. Of course, information has a price. Because of that persuasion check, it is only going to cost you 10 gold to learn a couple of things about flesh golems, if you're willing to pay.
Do we want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
I think 10 gold is a
Okay.
fine and fair price.
I would like to wait. Could I offer him to instead bring back a chunk of one if we find one, so that he could
Make
use
another
it to...
persuasion check without advantage this time.
26.
Nice.
He will say if you bring him back a chunk of flesh golem, he will give you back 5 of the gold. Because obviously he doesn't want to potentially not make as much if you don't make it.
Well, I'll tell him at that point. I'll say, well, if that's the case, then we're going to have to negotiate a price at that time. It could be considerably more valuable than we anticipate.
That's for a later time. But in the meantime, it is still 10 gold.
All right, let's pay it. Let's just pay it from the 500 we got.
Yep.
Well, you didn't get it yet, but you will.
Better.
So in exchange for that 10 gold, what he will tell you is that they are they are of course always subject to the control of their master. He will tell you that so he'll tell you that, and he will also tell you that lightning and poison will probably not be as effective as both of those elements are used in the creation of flames.
Okay. He said, does he know any way? Like he said that it will always obey its master. How does it determine who its master is?
Whoever created it.
Whoever created it. Okay. Oh crap.
He doesn't know about like a little thing in their mouth that we could take out. And...
I don't know if
Put
the
it this
Franken
way.
versions work that way.
That information is A, much more expensive, and B, not information that the owner of a flesh golem wants to just bandy about.
That's a good point.
He'll tell
Very
you
good point.
things that don't really work all that well against them, but he's not going to give you anything that would tell you either how to destroy one more effectively or how to make your own, because that's kind of his thing.
That's true. Okay, we definitely need that book.
Okay, are you good?
I think so.
Yeah.
So,
Go.
You make your way
Yeah.
through the city back towards the place where you, along with Jambus, descended into the caverns below for your rendezvous, picking up the mysterious cargo that only Agate knows what is. As you arrive there, you see it looks the same as normal. There does not appear to be anyone around.
I look up.
Make a perception check.
Aw.
There doesn't appear to be anyone.
Have we gone inside yet, or are we just waiting
Nope,
outside?
you're still just standing outside.
Oh. Want to go in?
Yeah, let's go.
Is it tall enough for me to get into?
Just barely, but yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'll give Trindak my beer skin.
Wineskin. As you enter, you see, as you push open the door, which is not locked, you see that sitting in the middle of the floor, just right out there in the open, right beyond the doorway, is the small chest.
I'm going to.
Okay. Jasper walks up, and he eats it. Opens wide, and it's while Jasper is still just kind of standing there that Nyx seemingly materializes out of the shadows. He looks a little impressed, and he's like, so that's where it was. Very interesting. Well, I'm very glad to see all of you decided to accept this offer. Shall we?
Yes.
Lead the way.
Nick turns, and Lien's leading you through the passages. As he goes, he actually does pull out a torch and light it, giving everyone, even people who don't have dark vision, enough light to see at least dimly. He leads you through the passageways for probably a good 15-20 minutes. Trinidad, if you could do me a favor and make for me a wisdom saving throw, that'd be magical.
Oh, great.
You're fine. You're
Oh,
definitely
good.
not. You're not happy. This is not a good thing, and you really don't like that you're here. But
Yeah.
for the moment, you know, you're in control. You're good. You're fine.
Cool.
He leads you through twists and turns through several through several right angle turns. There are places where the passageway splits, places where it joins other passageways, and pretty soon everyone is hopelessly lost. You do notice that at the places where other tunnels split, there are scratch marks that look deliberate in the side of the walls. Unfortunately, none of you speak thieves' cant, so none of you understand what they mean.
Point of order. May I try and make a map?
Make a survive. You know what? Hold on. Actually, make a
I'm
survival check for me, please.
Please be wisdom based.
So you're making a map.
Good try.
Got it, guys.
I would like to see if there's any way that I can sort of keep track of the different scents that are coming through as we're walking.
Survival check from you as well, please.
I get advantage on this because it's scent based. Not that it
14.
matters. Yeah.
Because you're stupid.
I got
So it's interesting. As you continue onward, you notice that the smells of the city effectively there's when you're in the tunnel, there's that cold stone smell a little bit every now and then. There's the lovely ripe smell of sewage that permeates it. But it's interesting because as you're going through, milady, you're aware that the sense of the city, the sense of food waste, all of those things do appear to rise and fall. You gather that as the passage is moving, it gets closer to the surface and then further away from the surface and then closer to the surface again, and it's interesting.
And she sort of hums as they walk.
What does she hum?
It's just a sort of tuneless.
All right.
It's like a plodding. It's a singing, walking tune.
Nah. Okay.
Nah.
So I was gonna do a thing, and then I decided to not do a thing. Nyx leads you through. It's interesting, actually, as well, because the last couple of times you've been in these tunnels, you've been attacked, but on these occasions, you're not. And eventually, the passage opens up into a decently sized, almost room. It definitely doesn't look like it's part of the natural stonework anymore. In front of you, there is maybe a door, or doorway, but there's no door there. But it definitely looks this area looks much more, for lack of a better word, home-like than just rough-hewn stone walls. It looks like some care went into fashioning this. Nyx at this point stops and says, "This is where we get to some of the more dangerous areas of these tunnels. Reclaiming them is difficult work, and we are now to places where my organization has yet to truly extend its reach."
What sort of dangers would we expect?
What was that, Jammer?
You said reclaiming. Reclaiming from what?
From the things that also come.
Okay, that is very opaque. I mean, actual, names and things.
On that, unfortunately, beyond the ceaseless, endless numbers of troglodytes, I unfortunately know approximately as much as you do. You can understand why I felt that I needed a little help once I got here.
I'm calling it right now. The Nyctocrassus is fighting a secret war with the Drow in the city. Or they are the Drow.
So behind that door?
It's a doorway. There is no door.
Then let us continue.
It is at this point that the map starts.
Oh boy!
I love the map.
I like maps. Maps are fun.
You can all see your tokens up there. I apologize, Maria. There was no Loxodon figure that I could easily find.
I figured. I do need to actually get proper. Oh, I should have made my token thing instead of letting you do it, but that's okay. I lost her. I cannot see myself. Silly zoomer thing. Which one am I? Am I the horse person?
You're the one that isn't one. You're the generic icon.
I don't
It's
see the
like
generic icon.
right underneath
It's just
Cyrenixia.
The super
That.
generic one.
like
Right
the most
there.
generic you could imagine an icon would be.
Cool.
It has
That's
a
fine.
head.
This one?
Right there.
That one? That looks
one.
like me.
Yep, that one.
Okay.
No, that says Trindeck.
This one.
I'm not
What?
seeing it.
Oh, I'm just moving myself.
That's
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Cyrenixia.
Is it not visible to her?
It may not.
Everyone
be.
move their tokens away from it.
Okay.
So does this just look like stone ground to you?
No, it looks like... I see everyone else. I'm just not seeing...
What do you see in the square that everyone is clicking on?
There's no square that everyone's clicking on.
Oh,
The-
no.
Oh.
It's just black.
Do you see the map at all?
Yes!
Do you see where all the rings are?
No? I see
That
everyone's
literally
tokens.
everyone?
Wait,
Why
am
don't you
I...
refresh?
Hold on. I am a DM.
Oh, you're
That
on
is the issue.
Oh, you're on the wrong view.
Yeah.
You'd still be able to see the token though, I would think.
No, because I'm on a
She's the
different
wrong
map.
layer.
Ah.
So I see everyone there. I just
That's
don't...
why.
Ah.
It's
Makes
the one
much
that
more
the players
sense.
are currently.
I noted... I noted the place that I am.
Can you make yourself not a GM? Because otherwise you
I
may
do
be
not
seeing
believe
things in
so.
the fog that you're not supposed to be.
I
don't
am
know.
certain I am seeing things in the fog I am not supposed to be.
Okay.
Don't look down.
But no, hold on, I can do that, I think. Rejoin as player. Excuse
Oh,
me.
well, okay then.
There we go.
I didn't know that could be done at all.
Yep, that is a thing
That's-
that can be done.
That is a good feature to have. Now do you see yourself?
I don't know, it's loading. Patience.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Okay, chill.
Do you see yourself now?
Can you
Your
see
special eyes.
It loads.
Look
Yes.
with your special
Yes,
eyes.
yes, I can
My
see everything.
friend.
There's even the fog of war. This is amazing. Okay, cool. Yes, I
All right.
see myself. Chill.
So, it is at this point that here we see a doorway.
I approach the door.
Here.
All right. There is no door. It is simply a doorway.
As he
there a
said
door
3
frame?
times already.
What's on the other side of the doorway?
More passage.
I will take the lead.
You want to? Well, maybe I'll let the Lexan go. So.
Milady,
Nyx will move with you, Cyrenixia.
Okay.
Milady
As you-
sort of notices Jamra and says, "Are you weakened?"
Bro.
The breakfast was very good.
But I will ask again when I find the words. And she keeps walking.
It is at this point that you see the tunnel branches off to the left and to the right. To the right, it appears to go down a flight of stairs. To the left, it curves up and then bends around to the right.
Nick,
Do you know the proper direction?
No, this is where, unfortunately, my knowledge of these pathways ends.
Can I
Alright.
scout up here and see what I see down this hallway?
Down that particular hallway, you see what appears to open up into a larger, a somewhat larger chamber.
and down the stairs.
That's about as far as you can see down them, maybe a little.
Okay. I'm gonna send Jasper down the stairs to scout stealthily.
Yes, Jasper should scout everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
So
So Jasper's going down the stairs.
yeah, we don't have a Jasper, so I'm just gonna.
That's
We need
fine.
a Jasper.
It'll be fine.
Uh,
Actually, wait, hold on. I can fix
you
this.
can, yeah.
Um,
All right. There's not a chipmunk, so for now, the cat is going to be Jasper.
and Milady looks at Jamra and says, "What I mean is, if I were to ram you through with a sword, would it hurt a lot? And would you lose a lot of blood? Or very little comparatively?"
All right. Agate, you now have control of what we're using for.
If you struck me, I think I would bleed significantly, but I have a sturdy constitution.
As this conversation is happening,
I
Agate's gonna be like,
confess I do not understand the purpose of your inquiry.
it's like to
When
Milady.
we fight, you will see. Yes.
Don't stab Jamra. We don't stab our friends when we're on missions.
I don't like stabbing people that are my allies,
Okay.
even when they question my abilities.
All right. Do me a favor, Agate. Roll me a perception check for your familiar, please.
Kidoki. Let me just pull up the Jasper
Roll a
stat.
perception check for your familiar.
Perception check, like you were checking how many pores were on someone's face.
Yes, that exactly. Except in this case, you're checking how many pores are in this passageway.
Okay.
A perception.
People.
Nix, is there any way I can tell who probably has the lowest health points?
Not really. That's kind of a that's kind of a metagamey question. All right, so Jasper
Imagine it would be the
proceeds down the
child.
stairs. And
Yeah, but
she
she's telling me
arrives-
not to kill people. So,
And she arrives at yet another T intersection. Off to the left, there is another passageway. Off to the right, there is what appears to be a much larger chamber.
Point, I'm going to put my hand on Jamra's shoulder and I'm going to go into Jasper.
All right.
So now I have the extended range.
Okay.
And I'm going to look down this hallway.
Keep an eye down this way.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor, Agate, and can I get a perception check from you specifically, not... Hang on, I need to check a number. I think I know what it is, but I want to make sure I get this right. Yes, okay. Okay. This appears to be a completely empty chamber here. There's some interesting carvings going on walls, and you think you can see a little bit of something shiny glinting kind of down here, but you're not sure.
Okay, Jasper and Agate would definitely both go for the shiny thing.
Okay.
Agate, as Jasper, is going to go to the shiny thing.
Well, Jasper unfortunately doesn't make it that far.
I knew it!
Oh no.
Because as Jasper walks
yes!
into the room, you all of a sudden feel a sudden impact through Jasper as if he ran into something, and then immediately a burning sensation.
Like a giant acidic slab of jello?
Perhaps.
You didn't see
Perhaps
anything.
it's
However,
cubic.
Jasper does suffer 10 points of acid damage.
Oh, yay!
oh, you suck.
Why would you give us gelatinous cube?
You don't know what's down there.
Oh, shoot.
Oh boy.
Okay, so what happens is, so Jasper gets hit as he explodes. The sandwiches fly out.
Well, at this
As
point, you know
does
what
the
happens.
chest.
Hey,
Your
that
vision,
The
chest
gold.
bit up.
Agate is your vision, Agate, is immediately shunted back
Well,
into your
Agate
mind,
does now.
and you are back within your own body again.
Our money is there.
Really tired of this.
I'm sitting of coins.
All our money is there.
I think I killed Jasper again.
What
Oh, it's metal.
happened, Daggett?
It won't dissolve.
We were running around looking down and on the hallway to the
cool. We can get him back. What happened?
ran into something, and then there was nothing, and I can't get him back. From there.
If there's something there, should we go down there
Why
and
don't we go take a look?
fight it?
Anything?
I
Did
think
you see? Did anyone
No, all I saw
custom? Okay.
all I saw was something shiny, and we were gonna go see what it was, but also all of our gold was in Jasper, so now all of our gold is down there.
Very quickly. Okay.
Okay, so
We
you
will-
proceed your way down the hallway,
slowly and cautiously because we know there's
Slowly.
something dangerous.
slowly and
And I-
cautiously. Yes.
Yes.
As we get to here, I would like perception checks from everyone, if you would not,
Okay.
Jasper.
except from Agate because Agate already made one.
Hey.
Okay.
If it's the cube again, there's probably stuff floating in it.
Yeah, there's
Well,
the
that's the thing. As you make it over there, Serenixia and Jomrit, you are very confused as you see what appears to be the box of the box of gold. And were there any items in Jasper?
Sandwiches.
sandwiches.
Those are organic. I said inorganic.
Oh.
Oh, it was just the gold today. Golden
Okay.
lunch.
So you see the box of gold just sort of floating in the
All the
air.
sandwiches are gone.
The sandwiches are, there is no trace of them. However, Milady, Arentha, and Trindak, the three of you stop dead as you notice the air seeming to shimmer as what appears to be a large, transparent, cube-like structure begins slurping its way forward. I would like everyone to roll initiative, if you would be so kind.
Yeah.
Oh. I forgot to select my
I
character.
clicked my character first.
No, I did. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the music feature.
He just needs to bring it. He needs to open up the turn thing before we can see it.
Ooh, this is so cool.
Actually, where is the turn thing? I don't actually know
It's
where
the
that
this
on the
little
left. It's on the
clock
side.
in the
Clock symbol
left-hand
on the
toolbar.
left.
You can play
It's like
music.
the second or third.
Yes,
from the
Yeah,
top.
I
Yeah.
just I fail
Yeah.
at
love it a
DMing.
lot.
You have to, like,
Wait, where?
you have to upload
I'm sorry, where is
beforehand?
it?
So the
Left-hand
left-hand
side,
toolbar
the
with the
little
mouse
bar.
and everything, there's a clock in there.
It looks like a little clock.
Ah, there we go.
And
There.
then if you select settings somewhere around, you can order it based on descending numerical order.
Bottom left.
Yeah, and the music
Oh, wait
is
a
coming
minute.
from the jukebox tab on the top right.
Hold on, something happened.
Do you have to upload the music?
No,
There's
they do
stuff
have a
that's
service.
free and you can do, yeah.
They have a service. I just was always like,
All right,
no,
I apologize. I need everyone to do the initiative thing again. Actually, wait. You know what? I can do.
I mean, so
just,
if you just
highlight
roll
us and then
initiative
add us.
and then, yeah,
we can each modify our own.
we can.
Like if you just
We can just
drag
also
above-
roll initiative for ourselves
Oh,
again
roll
and
the
just use
player.
the first roll.
Yep, I think that would probably be easiest.
Oh, re-rolling.
Yeah, reroll initiative. My apologies. I
We can-
apologize profusely.
And
Okay, but the problem is that now it's echoing, so I can hear the music twice.
well, it makes sense. We're in a dungeon. It's nice and echoey.
Fair.
Yeah.
I can confirm that. I know audio.
Okay. So,
Oh, come
Arantha,
on.
you are up first as this
So are we?
gelatinous cube.
No, I
Were we
think
using it? We need to add. I thought we were going to use the first rolls
we are. Jamraz is
and
still.
just
Yeah.
add it.
You have to
It's just.
edit
It's hard. Just give it a second because we
so
can't
much.
update simultaneously. I think yours is. Oh, okay. You had multiple. Sorry.
We're using our initial
Yeah.
rolls.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can just
using your
Okay.
initial rules.
Okay. Great.
All right, let me reload this. All right, so Nyx goes first.
The tab disappeared.
It's gone.
All right.
It's
There
just
we
because you minimized it.
All right, so Nyx goes first. He is going to move through to here, and he's going to attempt to make an attack against the cube with his rapier, which is not sneak attack at this point in time, so I need to make sure that it's not.
Isn't it sneak attack if you go first in initiative?
Nope.
Nope.
That's
Wait,
only for, that's only if you're an assassin.
This is Nyx doing this?
Nyx is doing this. Nyx ordinarily would not be able to hit the broadside of the barn. Thankfully, this creature is the size of a broadside of the barn. He does, in fact, manage to land a hit for 6 piercing. He will then bonus action disengage, backing into this corner. That will end his turn. Agate, you are next up.
I am upset at this fucker for eating Jasper. And so I'm going to... Well, I guess I'm just going to use an Eldritch Blast because I don't want to think about it.
Ew, great. Yes.
Nice.
That will hit
Hey!
for 10. All right.
My Eldritch Blast look like Jasper, flying through the air and punching the cube.
That's beautiful. Are you going to move or are you going to stay right where you are?
I am going to... Attack of opportunity if I, move here.
You if you move there,
I'm gonna scoot, here-ish.
if you move away from it, however, it will get.
Yeah, okay.
So you're
You
taking.
can go ahead. I'm taking it.
Okay. So, as you move away from it, the cube seems to kind of flex, and a portion of it just right out, and is going to attempt to hit you. That is a 23 to hit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
You will take 11 points of acid damage.
Okay.
That will be the end of your turn. Serenixia, you are up next.
Have I been seeing this stuff that's going on and moving and people attacking?
Yes,
Have
you
I
are
been able
now
to
aware
figure
that the
out-
cube is there.
Okay, cool. So I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and wait for someone to come and flank it for me.
And
You're ready
you're holding
to-
your action. All right.
Yep.
That's going to end your turn. Milady, you're up.
Okay. Is it dark here?
It is. However, Nyx is currently still holding a torch. So
Cyrenexia's sword is also glowing.
So
Okay.
you all.
So there is light. Good to know.
There is light. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still on pan view. I have forgotten what it's like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With my bonus action, I'm going to look at Agate and say, Agate, eat this. And I'm going to throw... No, not that. Sorry. Misclicked. Still learning things. Clicking. There we go. I'm going to throw a fruit at her as long as I can see her mouth. And...
Bullseye right in the pie hole.
You regain 7 hit. You get 7 temporary hit points.
I love this.
Yes. So
What
the
does the fruit taste like?
they're delectable. It's slightly sweet, a little bit savory, a little bit minty. Like, it's a good fruit. I don't
Okay,
know how
I'm
to
like
explain this.
confused that something is in my mouth, but I eat it, I guess.
Okay.
And you get 7 temporary hit
my.
points, which goes underneath.
Yep, I already
Yes.
put it.
Okay,
And we're
cool.
flanking, so I'm going to attack.
You're actually not flanking where she is.
What do you mean?
Are
Where
we?
do you need me
Actually,
to
yeah, you
move?
technically are. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's why I moved there.
Aha! 18.
That will in fact hit.
Okay.
I will also attack with my action.
Yep.
15.
That will hit as well.
Wonderful. And then, for some reason, it doesn't automatically roll damage. 10 slashing.
Slash. Very well. You guys are carving chunks into this thing, and it's probably lost a good percentage of its volume, but it is still jiggling and shaking in a very aggressive manner that will end your turn. The lady Trindak, you are up next.
Well, Trindak is unfortunately slow as fuck because he's a dwarf, so he's gonna get there, and he's going to throw a javelin at it.
All right, roll the attack. That will hit
Nice.
for 5. All right. That's going to end your turn, Trindak. Jamra, you are up next.
Okay, Drama is gonna come down here. He's gonna peer. Does he see anything down this way?
If he wants to use his action to make a perception check, he can.
I mean, he wants to see what's 10 feet in front of him.
10 feet in front of him is just more hallway.
Like, how far does this hallway go, basically?
Like
if he moves down, okay.
Hold on.
He wanted to because he wants to go like here.
Okay. At that point, you can see up to about there.
Okay.
Actually, no, because you're not using. If you're not using your action to make a perception check, then nope. That's what you see. You can see that the tunnel continues to go down this way, and also you can see right here there's a branch off.
Okay. And he will swirl flames around his hands. This time, one appearing in each hand, and then hurl them at the ooze that is attacking his friends.
This is firebolt.
With his new and improved firebolt.
Aw. I'm
Oh, yeah.
jealous.
First one hits.
Okay.
Well, I think it's
Oh, wait,
still
no, it's
technically
just
one
two.
attack. It's just
It's extra
2d10.
damage, I forgot.
Yeah.
14. All right. That will end your turn. Actually, hold on. Let me do something. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Okay. So yes, that will end your turn, Jammer, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Arantha, you're up.
Okay, Rentha will run up and punch it some.
First attack. 23 with the short sword will absolutely hit.
Oof. Did it? Okay. That's 6 damage, and then an actual punch.
That will hit as well.
7 damage.
As your fist connects, the material of it, as you hit it, seems to burn your skin. You will take 4 points of acid damage.
Oh boy.
I feel like your fingers are just nubs at this point.
Ah,
This is
punch
the
it
second
again.
time you're doing this.
That's the darkest
I'm-
timeline.
This
gonna
one seems a
spend a-
little.
You're
I'm
going
gonna
to keep one
spend-
for flurry of blows.
Yeah.
All right, that will hit for 5 points of damage. This time you will suffer 3 points of acid damage.
Okay, and I will use my drunken technique to get away from it.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Arentha, that will end your turn. It is now the cube's turn. It would really like to go after Jamra, who hit it the hardest right there. But It can't. So instead, Serenixia, I need for you to make for me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh
You would
boy.
be so kind.
Nice.
Yeah.
The cube lurches forwards. Hold on. Check. Can only do. Oh no, it can do both. That's magical. Okay, so the cube lurches for. So the cube lurches forward, Sarah, next to you to try to engulf you. You, however, manage to quickly step back. Choose one of the three unoccupied tiles next to you. You can be forced into that space. So this one,
I
or
suppose
this
that
one.
the yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you are pushed away from it back there. It is at that point going to sort of convulse again, and that same pseudopod just right out at you. Ooh, that's not good though. That's going to be a 9. That definitely doesn't hit you. You just sidestep. Even in your new bulky armor, you still somehow manage to just barely get out of the way. Good. It is at this point that Jamra, you hear from down the corridor what sound like a whole bunch of these just chittering noises almost. It's odd. And from around the corner that you saw come a comes the head of a creature you have definitely seen before.
Zoop.
I have.
Yes, this is a troglodyte.
Oh, it's a troglodyte. Okay. I was like,
And
what
another
is it,
one.
a fungus thing?
And another one. And another one.
Oh, fun.
And they are going to rush you.
Grindak, your services are needed at the end of the
And
tunnel.
here's the thing about this, because as they rush you, more and more keep pouring out of this tunnel.
I think this is fireball time, Jamra.
Yes,
He has fireball.
And you know what? They're going to actually completely surround you because they can do that.
Oh boy.
Just blow yourself up. You have resistance to it.
Hey, Jamra, how do you feel about fire?
Well, the ones at the end probably can't attack this turn then.
No, those
like
two
these last
can't.
two probably can't attack me.
Those
then.
two can't, but the rest
Okay.
of them, the
That's
other
fine
three,
with me.
definitely can.
Sounds
They're
good.
all going to make attacks against you.
I picked the wrong
So are
person
they
to give
flanking
health.
even though they can't attack?
Yes, they are. You
Okay.
are flanked on all sides at the moment.
Oh,
So,
Right.
Although I think
first one,
Not for this guy. Only for these.
yeah, well, it was.
Actually,
I think
not for this
yeah.
guy, only for this one.
true.
Yeah.
I was under the impression
Okay,
we were
but
using
like,
flanking. I was under the impression we rounded
like
on
we doing
two
that?
sides. It
if
works.
one, that's how
That's
I was
fine, but
doing
you said
it. But
before. You said before that this one, like, there was a question of whether they could flank diagonally through here.
And then I realized that was dumb, and I
So-
Also,
So,
there's been some
from what
debate.
I
I
can tell-
disagree with that
That'll be
ruling.
the-
I don't. It's up to the master GM ultimately. I think.
Okay, one more time, because people canceled.
Basically, as
I'm the
rules
master
as
game
written, to flank somebody, you have to be on opposite sides of a person. But at various times, people have ruled that as long as somebody is flanking them, everybody has advantage because it sort of makes sense that if you're surrounded, you're going to have issues. Except that then that also means that flanking is ridiculously powerful. Because of situations like this, you back into a wall, and now all 5 of them have advantage against you, whereas normally it would just be 2. So,
I'm fine, whatever the decision is.
so
You just
DM,
need
it's up
to
to you.
make it.
For the purpose of this, I'm
Have
only
it be
going
the
to.
decision.
You know what, for the
I would
purposes of
say
this, I'm gonna
directly
do this.
opposite.
Yep. So that one's the only one that's going to get advantage. So the first one is going to swipe a claw at you, and that is going to be a 13. What is your armor class?
My armor class is a 15 because I have mage armor on.
Excellent. So that one will miss. The second one That is going to be a 16.
Shield.
Okay. And the final one is going to be also a miss. All right.
Do either of these guys attack? The ones that are next to
Nope,
me?
they used their
Their
all
whole
their
action. Okay.
to they used all their movement to get there.
Okay.
All right.
That is going to end their turn. They're at the end, back to the top. Wait, crap. I messed that up. That's fine. Nyx, back to the top. Seeing that they are in a bit of trouble over there, he's going to move 1, 2, 3, slip through. He's going to slip past Milady 4, 5, 6, moving right to there. He is going to slash at that one with his rapier. This time it is sneak attack. If he hits, which he very much does not, that's unfortunate, but that's fine. He is then going to flip his dagger over in his left hand and go in for a stab. With his bonus action. That one will hit for 12 points of damage. This troglodyte is immediately killed. The dagger just goes right into the back of his neck. He wasn't paying attention, and he collapses to the ground. That will end his turn. Serenixia, you're up.
I will do the same thing I did last turn and wait for somebody to flank.
Agate? Oh, alright.
It flipped.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, so you're holding your action?
Yep.
Alright. Agate, your turn.
Action because you want me to flank it?
Anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. There's two people that would probably want to be next to it on their turns. So,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Pew pew. That'll definitely hit.
every bit helps.
Oh my gosh. That sucks.
Agate,
Jasper's revenge.
Agate, do you have any movement or bonus?
Yeah, I'm going to start moving here so I can be like in range to have line of sight on the troglodytes.
Okay.
Do you want to be that close to the gelatinous mass? Okay. Like you can go
Okay,
up
you're there.
diagonally. Because I'm moving.
Right.
Okay.
That's going to be your turn. Milady, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to toss a chicken thigh over at Trindak and say, Trindak, catch. And that will be this.
Guys, we finally have a cleric.
Hi, guys.
Wonderful. I feel so much safer.
And
Even surrounded by enemies, I'm safer than we were last session.
unfortunately, I'm still figuring out how to feed you all. I assume that hits.
Oh, and I'm at...
That definitely hits for 3.
And...
That will also hit.
An 8? Oh,
Yep.
it's advantage.
The
Well, that's
gelatinous
advantage.
armor class of 6.
Also, it's advantage.
That's
Yeah.
true. Serenixia, as you cleave your sword through, it seems to find some sort of mass of the gelatinous substance, and the whole thing just splats into jelly.
Yeah.
And a chest full of gold.
And a chest full of gold. Milady, that will end your turn, I believe.
Yes.
Trindak.
Actually, I would like to move closer. Sorry.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
Just don't get in the blaster.
What's the... I wouldn't know that. I'm going there.
Trindak, you're up.
Go there. Oh boy.
So Trindak moves here, unleashing kind of a yell of confusion as to where everything came from, and is just
what the fuck?
gonna swing wildly at that one with a reckless attack.
And you have
And
advantage.
You get
also
advantage
reckless.
anyway.
Reckless. You don't need to do reckless.
You don't need to
Oh,
do
already
reckless,
have
you're already
advantage.
flanking.
Oh yeah, he is flanking. Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. And raging.
That will hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
And add an extra d4.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
That troglodyte is cut in half.
What's the point?
It's all damage. Okay.
That will end your turn, I believe.
Yes.
Genre, explosions.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like
The
there.
question is that, well, hold on. Does this represent the end of the hallway, or does it represent like okay?
I will tell
is this
you that
hall,
no, that hallway does continue.
it continues farther down this way?
It continue. Hold on, let me
Like-
get to the thing. It continues farther down this way, and it appears to branch off this way, which appear to be coming.
Okay. Like I shed bright light 20 feet and dim light and for a further 20 feet. So like I should be able to just see what's there.
I'll give you this.
Okay. In that case, I am going to, I curl in on myself and then leap outwards. And for a moment, you see this flicker throughout his body, and it's as if his charcoal gray skin is lit from within, like an ember igniting. And there's a moment, a flash of something more. It seems like his legs shift into something on as a roiling curtain of fire erupts, and I'm gonna set the fireball like right there. So
Okay.
it'll
30
get a
foot
20,
radius. What is it?
20
What's the
foot
radius on
radius.
fireball?
It's a
It's a
20
fif-
foot radius.
20.
20.
20. So
20
yes,
foot.
that
Well,
will
I'm
hit
gonna press the button.
everyone, including yourself, Jamra. But you're resistant to fire.
No.
Well, I think he's
It shouldn't
aiming it
hit.
like he's aiming it so he doesn't hit himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm putting it like here.
So it doesn't
Oh.
hit this last troglodyte. It doesn't
Yep, but
hit
it will
this
hit
guy.
everything else.
Yeah.
All right. That's 33 points of fire damage with a DC 15 save. Here's the thing. I'm
They
not even
die.
going to have them roll, because even if they succeed, that will kill.
All right.
Nice.
Trojack just goes.
Noise.
Any that are down this way should probably get his.
Yep, I just need to hold on. I just need to do something real quick. I need to write something down, because otherwise.
I don't know if this is the right time to ask, but how do we feel about the lower XP value that I brought up earlier?
I don't.
What?
It becomes 5. Okay, we'll do it later.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that later.
John, are you moving?
Yeah, I'm gonna move right there. I don't see anyone else.
All right.
Like down the charred passageway, so I'm just gonna flank
Wait, so
him.
where are you going?
I'm just gonna go right here, so I can flank him for. Wait, next up is gonna be Orentha, so and she needs to flank him from over there, so I'm gonna move there.
All right. That will end your turn, Arentha. You're up.
Arentha will have no idea what just happened and run shouting up to the last troglodyte and see that there's only one troglodyte left and go, "What the fuck?" and hit it with, "Ah, bitch."
That will actually miss.
Well, she has advantage. She has
Oh,
advantage.
she does have advantage, so that'll hit. That is true.
Amazing.
Thank you.
9
Slash with my
piercing
short
damage.
sword. And then I will punch it if it's alive.
It is actually still alive.
I'll punch him.
That'll hit.
Very nice.
You uppercut it right under the jaw. Its neck snaps back with a sickening crack sound. That one is
With my
done.
disintegrated fingers.
The crack sound was from you.
No, her
I
fingers would be
want
more
you to. I
like
want
a-
you to know. I want you that you just incinerated 15 troglodytes in one spell there.
Yes!
the joy of AOE.
Yeah.
I'm glad I put it where I did.
We are all grateful. You didn't set any party members on fire.
Trojack's gonna be like,
I was so looking forward to it.
what the hell was all that?
I will
You
retrieve the
see-
box of gold.
You see, everyone who's looking here, that down this hallway to about here is just piles of ash.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
That wow. That felt good. I haven't been able to
this
do
is
that
good.
much before.
Is good the right word for that?
It's a step in the right direction.
This is an impressive feat of destruction, Jamba.
Thank you. I'm just happy that I was able to call the flames. They had not come so quickly in my whole life.
They certainly appear to come to you rather quickly now.
Yeah, and if it wasn't registered, I grabbed and stuck in my bag the small chest of gold.
Oh.
Uh,
Is there anything else in this room that we would notice now that we have like a spare moment?
In this room,
Yeah.
you do actually. What's your passive perception, Gamma?
9, but
Okay, so no, you do not see anything in this room besides the very messy remains of the cube.
How about the rent? Hers is better.
Mine's 12.
If you're
And I-
actively searching the room, I'll allow perception.
I would like to look around.
Okay, perception. All right, with a 19, you notice that back here, as I had mentioned earlier, there is a little glint of what looks like it could be metal in the torchlight coming from Nyx's torch and the flames coming off of Jamra's head.
I will go towards it and check it out.
Parenta.
As you move over there, it appears to be. It's interesting. It's what looks like a helmet, a metal helmet. It's somewhat. It's somewhat covered with dirt, but as you pull it away, it appears to be pristinely clean, like weirdly clean. Like the grime somehow was not adhering
Adhered.
to it, or was cleaned off somehow.
Can I tell if it belongs to a certain military rank from my background?
Make a history check for me, if you wouldn't mind.
oof.
Whatever this helmet is, it is from far to. It is not within your ken. You have no idea where this is from, or even really when it is from.
This is
I
the most mysterious
I
helmet.
I shrug and say, okay, and I put it on my head. Because I got a 0.
Okay. You put it on your head. It comes down over your head. It's interesting. It's almost like It looks very similar to kind of the helmets from Return of the King, the helmets the Gondorians wear. If you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's this helmet that comes down. The wings come down slightly over your cheeks, and then kind of comes up with a little bit of a conical point at the top.
Not Return of the Mummy.
It's the Mummy Returns, you swine.
The Rock enters as the Scorpion King.
I thought that was going a very different way.
Nope.
I was like, he sprout a tail.
As you see his CGI monstrosity.
Just examining it.
What was that, Charmer?
Just examining it and noticing that it's a little bit like super clean and not dissolved. Just examining it. given that it's super clean and not dissolved.
Make
Would I be able to detect if it has any magical properties?
make for me a nature check followed by an arcana check, if you would mind.
So be like, Arentha, I think that looks great on you. It makes you look like you have like a nice mohawk.
Oh, thank you. You know, I was actually thinking of growing out them, so maybe this might be a good opportunity to.
Ah, no, I think it would look really good.
You can grow out a mohawk. You can. Do you? So you're saying you still grow hair?
Yeah, I shave my head.
Okay,
It
I see.
it still grows. I just
It
prefer it
doesn't.
off.
It doesn't seem to be accepting my. Oh, there it
You have
is.
dice.
It's
Oh,
the first one,
Oh, gotta
and
love
then
that time
the
stretching.
Arcana
nature and then arcana.
equally.
The data's just trying so hard.
If you'd like, we can probably roll d20s for you as well. Although I don't know if that will actually speed. There we
Okay,
go.
there's the nature check. So, okay, 14. Java, with a 14 nature check, you are aware of gelatinous cubes. You are aware that they specifically consume organic matter, leaving inorganic matter. Therefore, it is entirely possible that, wow, that's
Okay.
fine. So with that, it is entirely possible that the helmet was just inside the cube, and that is why it is so clean. However, with the 17 Arcana check, you're looking at it and you notice that set into sort of the brow of the helmet. It's interesting. The helmet itself, where it comes to a point, there's almost right in the center of it, there is what appears to be a green stone. And as you examine it, Jamra, in the light from your head, the light is definitely reflecting off the stone, but it almost looks as if there's some sort of other light in there. Not particularly bright, but with the 17 Arcana, you catch it.
Is he still there?
I don't know. Is he still there?
I think he might have lost his
I
connection.
think he's gone. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's gone. He'll be back. That's okay.
Well, I'm gonna attune to the sick ass helmet. Well,
That takes like an hour of sitting around doing nothing. I don't know if we want to do that right now.
That's fine. I will just wear it then.
You can at least look sick as fuck.
I will
Yeah.
say this. I will say this, Arentha. You're not particularly trained in wearing armor, so wearing a helmet in combat may slow you down.
Yeah. And I believe technically if you're wearing armor, you don't get your bonus.
That
This
is
is
true.
This is the struggle of being a monk with a soldier background.
Yeah.
I feel your pain.
I'll take it off.
Oh,
Does anyone want a
I will
dope
try it.
helmet? Okay, I'll toss it to Cernixia.
Jommer's head would melt it.
All right. It is now on your head.
Okay. Does it how well does it match the armor, the rest of the plate?
Not particularly well. They're definitely different designs, but
There's no good thing here.
you know.
Okay.
Covered up my tattoos anyway.
Onward.
Onward.
Oh, side note for Emily. So when I drew, I mean to tell you this, when I drew the picture of Arentha,
Uh-huh.
I did the actually hops, like the plants,
Oh my goodness!
and then like a snake coming out in the middle.
I love it so much.
Okay,
It's amazing.
He's
Welcome back.
Okay. Jamba, basically, the 14, you know that a cube would clean armor. The 17 on Arcana, it's magical.
Oh, do I have any idea what the enchantment is?
Not without the Identify spell.
Okay, there's no way to figure it out aside from the identify spell.
Not with something like this, because with something like this, there's no real identifying markers on it. Like, if this was, for example, a Helm of Brilliance, you'd know pretty well, or at least you would have heard legend of what it is.
Interesting. So it's
But
not runic at all. It's some
nope.
sort of other spell.
The
Okay.
only thing that you notice is that kind of in the center of the forehead on the helmet, there's an emerald, or it might not be an emerald, it might be some sort of green gem. But when you looked at it, it was reflecting the light from your hair, but it also seemed to have a little bit of an inner glow. Not a lot, but with a 17 Arcana, you saw it.
And it's now on Cyrenexia's head because I can't wear armor.
Are we intending to take a a short rest?
I don't think so.
Okay. I can identify it then when we have a short rest to do the ritual and stuff. Because
Okay.
I can get access to the spell with a wish, and then I can do it as a ritual.
Cool.
But that will take us some time.
Okay.
So until then, you're wearing a mysterious, unknown magical item really close to the place you keep your brain.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that
Let's
seems
go.
unwise. If I know you can identify it, I'll just put it in the pack with the other things.
Oh man.
Okay. Forward.
All right.
Forward.
Through the
You
corpses.
proceed down the hallway. As you get to here, more of this becomes available, also chock full of just burned and battered corpses.
Are there any ears left?
Everything has been reduced to cinders. It is
Okay,
just
I can pick up some skulls.
I'm checking the bodies.
you unfortunately don't find anything.
Okay.
So what's the difference in terrain in down here versus there?
Most of this has been carved stone. When you get to over here, the stone seems to give way to like kind of loose packed earth in a way. It almost looks like there used to be a wall right where that coloration change is, and maybe there was a cave in, maybe something burrowed in. You're not entirely sure. But this area back here definitely does not appear part of a cavern.
Let's just take a quick look inside there.
Okay. You move in. The cavern is very rough hewn. Looks like it was dug out by something. Again, the floor is sort of hard packed earth. The walls are kind of a mixture of earth and stone. It is currently completely covered in ash, but you do see that there are a number of places where actually make an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I help with advantage?
Oh.
I will
You
also
would you would
investigate.
not have set that in time anyway. So Serenixia, you don't really notice anything particular about this room. It's just dirt.
Okay.
That's pretty much all there is in that room.
I'd like to look through it as well, like sort of following the trail of torch trogs.
With that investigation, you do notice places where you surmise these creatures may have slept here, but that's about it.
Okay. You can give it a more thorough look through their any of their belongings they have later.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything ahead of me?
You get over there, and the passageway yet again tees off to the left and to the right. To the right, you can see it goes up and then appears to kind of branch off slightly. To the left, it yet again appears to go down a flight of stairs.
Well, we went down last time. Do you want to go to the left this time?
I don't know. I suppose I'll go anywhere.
If it's a 1, we go up. If it's a 2, we go down.
Hey.
Okay,
it
All right.
I'll lead the way so I have,
You
This
make
is
your way
possible.
to the left down that particular passageway. As you get to that bend around, you can see it curves off to the left again, or it appears to go up another flight of stairs.
One
Uh,
is there any distinguishing features?
Make
if you recall that we before there was an opportunity to go left, so this might close the loop, which would be good. So we've explored. We're not leaving things behind us.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go left.
I'll just
all
move.
right. As you make your way left, Trindek,
Oh,
you're
look
in
at
the
that.
lead.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor and make for me a dexterity saving throw, if you would be so kind?
Oh boy.
Would this be something I could
Danger.
see? Because
Mm,
if I can see it, I have
Oh,
advantage.
barbarian.
yeah, I'll give you danger sense.
Okay. Okay, I don't need it.
Nice. Okay. You feel as you step into this room, your foot hits the ground and then just slightly depresses. There's a tick, and you see something whistling towards you, instinctively jerk back out of the way as what appears to be some sort of crossbow bolt strikes into the wall right next to your head. Right.
Oh shit.
Nix at
Shit.
this Nix at this point
Actually.
moves forward and says, "Perhaps you'd like me to go first here."
Alright, I guess.
All right, Nix is going to move forward. He's gonna look for traps because that's what he does. That's a 15 plus what is Nix's plus 2 investigation? It's 4, so 19. Nix moves forward into the space where Sarah Nixie is. Says, "Excuse me, please." Pushes forward and about to step on is about to step over here and then stops. Oh, that's interesting. He kind of gets down on his hands and knees and looks, almost putting his head to the floor, looking across into the chamber, then stands up. Well, the entire edge of this place is surrounded by pressure plates similar to what friend just activated.
But is this just an empty room?
It appears to be.
Okay.
Why would someone
Yeah,
trap
it's
an empty
Tuesday.
room?
So the center is not trapped.
Can I hop in the middle?
Make an acrobatics check.
Sorry.
Little bit of a stumble, but you make it over. No serious issues. You're now in the center. Nothing happens to you as you land there, but you notice that the floor here appears different in some way. It's almost like it's maybe there's patterns in it. You're not sure.
Are there patterns on any of the walls?
Make an investigation check.
Why did I close my character sheet?
Not that you can tell, or at the very least, nothing that looks like this.
Do the patterns look like any?
With that investigation check, I'd say you're not sure.
Where? So you see the patterns on the floor or on the walls?
On the
On
floor.
the floor. I will
Uh,
say to the group that it looks like there's something patterned in the floor.
would we need to get through the death zone in order to be able to investigate it?
Yes, unfortunately, you're a little too far away.
Has the one that Trindak was standing on triggered already? Is it a dud now?
You don't know.
How high did this arrow fly out at? Can we see where it came out of the
Yeah.
wall?
About
true.
chest height.
So we could just crawl over and let them trigger at will?
I was thinking that, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna get down real low then and just crawl past Trindak
Okay. You
through his
do
space.
that. You
I
make
will also like.
you okay. So you do that. If you could make for me a dexterity save, please.
Okay. I guess they reset.
Should I also?
18.
Okay. Actually, real quick, what's your Constitution bonus?
My Constitution bonus, not my save.
Yeah,
I have advantage on their saves, but not advantage. I have proficiency on the saves, but my bonus is a +3.
your total bonus for your Constitution and your proficiency bonus.
Oh no, total bonus Constitution proficiency is 6.
Okay, so yeah, you're still fine. I don't want you to burn that for nothing. So as you get low, genre, it's interesting because you suddenly find that you're having difficulty catching your breath.
Oh, I, I, having grown up in a place that is literally filled with smoke and other noxious gases emitting from the magma pits, I immediately stand back up, realizing what the problem is.
Yep.
Do not bend down. There is some sort of gas or toxic fume or lack of air around the floor.
Nick says, 1 second. He moves over to the pressure plate that Trindeck is still standing on. Reaches into a pouch, pulls out what appear to be some tweezers and a little like metal stick almost. Reaches down and sort of fiddles with the thing for a second. You hear a click, and he stands up. Well, that plate is safe for people to walk.
While this is going on, I'm gonna stay out in the hallway and keep my eyes open from anyone coming from either of these directions.
Perception check for me if you wouldn't mind.
I'd do that as well. Not
Okay.
gonna be the most
Either
useful.
2 perception checks or one with advantage.
Agate, I'm fairly confident you have better perception than me.
You don't see or hear anything.
Nixie, I think it's pretty safe. I think we're
That is good to hear.
okay.
I'll examine the markings on the floor.
Go ahead,
No,
John,
no.
and make for me an Arcana.
23.
Thank God.
You've seen this before.
Oh crap.
As a point of fact, back home,
Hmm.
these were relatively common in a weird way.
Oh no.
Oh,
Get back, get back, get back, get back.
what?
Get out, move. Trindex, to the room. Take out the room right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Orenta, get out of there.
I'm getting out. You're in my way.
You can freely move to
What's
outlet
in
space.
there?
Is it just these 4 tiles?
There is
Okay.
what appears to be a permanent teleportation circle inscribed into the floor. It is old with dust, but you've seen these.
I will
Copy that shit down.
I will relay that information. And does it look like, from what I can tell, does it seem like the sort of thing where like you're standing in it, someone can bamf you away? Is it like a two-way deal? Is it?
It is
Like-
specifically for the transportation of people. This is an anchor point.
This is an anchor point, so this could be used by someone here to go somewhere else.
No, this can
No.
be used by someone else in a different place to get here.
If you
Okay, so
copy
this is a
down
one-way.
the circle.
This is a destination.
Yes, this is a destination. It is not a. It does not work.
Okay, you were saying something, Emily?
Copy down the circle.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna unfold a bunch of paper, and I'm gonna press it down onto like the runes there, and I'm gonna take charcoal, and I'm gonna just take a rubbing of the whole of the circle, like you
Make
would.
for me a
do it.
dexterity check if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Can I assist him with arts and
Not with something like this, and especially not because there's not really enough
That's a 10.
there. That's a save, but it's the same thing. Okay.
Oh, sorry. 10.
You have what you think is a decent rubbing of the thing. Not entirely. You understand what these are. You don't really understand how they work. So that's a little outside of your kind of knowledge at this point. So, but
Okay.
you think you have a pretty solid.
If it helps, I have proficiency in writer's tools.
That
I don't know.
unfortunately,
No.
for this would not help because this isn't really writing. So,
Okay.
trying to transplant because
Okay.
it's not actual. If you were copying this down, it might because you're specifically doing this. It's
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we have some more time later, I can copy it. I can make a better copy. But I'll note that at least.
But why would they trap the other side? Is this somebody who may have trapped it here?
Well, there are a few possible reasons. Number one, perhaps it was someone the person trapped it was not the person who wanted to travel here, so it was, an unpleasant surprise for them. Or it could have been to ensure that no one would go meddling with this circle, if it was an escape route, for example.
That makes sense.
I believe there is also another option that whoever created this circle rigged these traps up so that they would be aware of them, but come into the knowledge of where the circle was, and who tried to move into it, wouldn't be able to move out very easily.
And Nix, you said he didn't know anything about this place other than the fact that it had probes like that.
Nothing. This is all new to me and quite fascinating.
Well, it has less
Can I-
troglodytes now.
Can I see if he's lying?
Go ahead, insight check.
That hurts.
Agreed. It's Nix, the guy
Yeah,
the
I
guy who
know.
makes a profession out of being hard to read.
Okay.
So,
Should we go back to the other room that we didn't go to?
Or should we go up the stairs?
I think we should go up the stairs. Thank Jama.
that would be fine, I suppose. Do we want to send Hamid up the stairs so that maybe if there is another one of our Jiggly friends, we aren't walking straight into him?
That sounds
Probably a
good.
good idea.
I will take Hamid on a hand and cast him off up the stairs, and I put my hand on Agate's shoulder, and I will transfer my consciousness into my familiar.
Hamid flies up to about here. You can see that the passage continues and seems to open up into a room. What animal is he?
I've flavored him like a desert eagle,
Okay.
which is actually a bird, but he's a
Yep. So
As opposed to a
at
50
this
caliber
point that the
handgun.
light fades, so he cannot actually see what is in the room, but he can see that
he's an owl. He has dark vision.
Oh, he's an owl?
I said I flavored him as a desert eagle, but he is an owl.
Okay, fair enough. So he can see this room. It's larger than the room with the teleportation circuit in it, and the walls of this room are lined with.
I'm keeping it. Charmer whispers others.
All of it.
All of it. Does he see anyone in there?
He doesn't see anyone in there, but what he does notice is the floor appears to be covered with splintered wood, or actually not even splintered, just old rotted wood. Make an intelligence, not wisdom. Make a wisdom check for me, please, Jamra, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
With the amount of wood that's in here, you surmise that there was probably at one point a table and a chair, at least one chair, in this room.
Interesting.
the last thing you notice is that on the far back wall back here, there are no books. Instead, there is what looks like the tattered remains of some sort of tapestry. It is long since faded and eaten by various cave dwelling things, but there are just kind of the hanging scrap from what appears to be some form of rod affixed near the ceiling.
Okay.
Gotta Scooby Doo this shit.
I don't sense any. Gotta make a perception check to see if there's anything untoward.
Go ahead.
There's porn on the bookshelf.
I mean, that's what I would expect to find.
It's like the Skyrim porn.
There's a table and chairs.
Dragon maid.
14.
You
There's a lizard maid.
there doesn't appear to be anything
Okay.
out of the ordinary about this
I
room.
will relay the contents and say perhaps a quarry is ahead. There's a bookshelves and what looks to be either a rotted or destroyed table and chairs, and then the remains of tapestry on the back.
Given that Jomra just said there are books and I just learned how to read, I'm going to excitedly run to the room.
Can I
Remember the
try to
traps.
stop her?
Well, you could, except that she's already up there. Agatha,
I will rush
go
after
to walk into the room. If you could just make for me a dexterity save, that'd be great. Ooh. So, as you walk forward, you don't even notice the pressure plate depressing under you until you get to about the entrance, and it's at that point that you hear the telltale whooshing noise of fire.
Sarah.
Sorry. The books.
Uh-oh.
You suffer.
You suffer.
Hey, at least it's half because it's fire damage.
13 points of fire damage reduced to 6.
I'm down to 1 hit point.
Oh gosh.
How many hit points do you have?
I get 18.
No,
Wait,
total. What was the total?
Total hit points is 18.
And you all
Are
watch
you
in
leveling up
horror.
properly?
Ryan helped me.
Okay. Are you sure you only
You
have
should
18
have
hit points?
More.
You should have
What's
way
your
more than
constitution?
Hey, you're level 4.
Constitution is...
We didn't hear that.
I think that
My
was a 10.
constitution is 10.
Okay.
Okay, so plus
Warlock's
0.
gonna do
Have you just been rolling really terribly for hit?
Didn't roll for hit points last time. You didn't tell me to.
You do that every time you level up.
Well, that would do it.
Roll a d8.
Did you roll
Wait,
for...
I didn't...
You can also.
I don't think I rolled for level 3 either.
No, you
No.
must
Yeah,
have.
that would do it.
18 hit points you
Okay.
had to it, but
Definitely,
you definitely did not do it for level 3. That
I think you did for level 3. Just because
Yeah.
you have 18.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Nice.
so you actually have 24.
Max hit points. And you are at 7.
So you're actually at 7.
Oh my god.
Suddenly you feel not as dead.
Wow, this is amazing.
You remember how much life you have to live.
But the rest of you watch
Jeez.
as two previously unnoticed red gems in the sides of the doorway suddenly spark, and then these jets of fire immediately shoot out of them. Jamra, you recognize them as your preferred method of starting.
Is it lighting books on fire as well, or just?
No, it appears to be very contained. It appears that whoever devised this trap did not want to run the risk of setting their precious collection ablaze.
Agate?
Seems counterintuitive.
Agate?
The, like,
You need...
sides of my hair are singed.
I'm just gonna pull you
Pat
back
them out.
a little bit and just sort of tap, try to put out the... You need to not run ahead. Things are very dangerous in here. And we don't
Perhaps
want
you
you
should
getting
allow
hurt.
me to go first here.
Milady just kind of
Yes.
shows up and says, "Would someone mind explaining what is happening?"
Oh, we were waiting for you.
Thank you.
Where have you?
I had some troubling things to take care of.
The breakfast not sitting well with you?
It was not salted to perfection.
Is there anything you could
would
do
you-
for Agate? She has been grievously injured.
Okay,
Burned.
really? You helped me earlier. I'm alright.
I can help you as well, milady. Milady?
Agate, you look
I
roughly
do not
at
have the
1/4 of
ability
your
at this
potential.
moment.
I mean, I also have a healing potion if you need it.
7 hit points.
Alright. Thank you.
We'll take a rest after the next injury.
Definitely. After the next injury.
Nix, when you are
Very nice,
disarming
yeah.
it, please try to save the mechanism. Can I tell if the trap is recharging, rather? Like the gems are recharging?
Not really. There's no like obvious thing there. Nick
Okay.
says, "I can certainly try, but with traps such as this, I do not believe there's to permanently remove the mechanism so much as just halting it from an act. Excuse me." He moves up past you, bends down, looks at the pressure plates. Nice, there's 17. He looks at it, reaches into his pack, and pulls out what appear to be these metal shims. Those people who are used to climbing things would definitely spikes for rope. And he very delicately sort of places them around the edges of the pressure plate. Then he puts his hand on it, very gently begins pressing down, nods, stands up. Well, after you, and gestures.
I will walk through since I am the one who is resistant to fire.
Hey.
And then I will start immediately examining the bookshelves.
I want to go to the tapestry.
Okay, investigation checks for both of you, if you would not mind.
Seven.
So, John first. Unfortunately, through either time or other, a great number appear to have eroded. You pull one down from the shelf and it almost disintegrates in your hand. These things are old. Very, very old.
Are any of them in?
Say again?
Are any of them in decent condition?
With that investigation check, you spy maybe one or two that look like they might be safe for you to take down.
I'm gonna ask, hey, Jamra, I can help you if you want. And I cast Unseen Servant. When we take down the books off the shelf, it's like there's no actual like contact with them.
Oh, so no one is there to touch them to damage them.
Let me double check the wording on it real quick. Okay. So Agate, you conjure your own. It is now there.
Okay.
What do you do with it?
I'm going to try to take one of the better preserved books carefully off the shelf with it.
Do me a favor and roll 2 d20s, please.
Interesting. Okay.
If you use the up arrow, you can just get it right away.
The book tries to slide from the immediately just break. Unfortunately, the unseen servant does not have the dexterity required to safely withdraw these books.
Okay.
D20.
Maybe with
Because it had disadvantage.
Okay.
in that case, I will endeavor to get Agate's physical assistance with the help action, and then we will carefully remove any other books that look salvageable.
Okay, make a dexterity check with.
Oh, hold on before you do that.
Okay,
Really, sorry.
I'm holding.
I'm learning and
Is
trying.
it snack time?
Yes. Okay. So who's doing most of this?
Genre is.
Okay, Jamra, would you like a grape?
Hmm?
Would you like a grape?
I always
And I
enjoy
just feed it to you.
just like home.
Oh God.
Giant elephants. So you get 1d4.
Fed grapes, but
You get 1d4
Okay.
added to every ability check you make using dexterity, and all of this stuff is actually being used.
well, that's
Natural
a nat 20.
20. With
Plus
that,
1d4.
Genre, you
1d4.
very carefully reach in, holding both sides of the book, kind of pushing some of the others away as you kind of slip your fingers in between and very gently pull it out and lay it on the floor in front of you. Very quickly, Genre, what languages?
I speak primordial and infernal, as well as common.
The language is not one that you recognize.
Okay. Anyone else?
I speak
Um,
Loxodon.
Draconic and
Undercommon.
Giant.
Dwarven.
Undercommon and common.
Full common infernal.
Serenixia.
Yes.
This is Draconic.
What does it say?
It appears to be musings on the nature of magical energy itself. This is some sort of. Maybe it's an academic text, maybe it was written here, you're not sure. But it is certainly proof that however long ago this book was placed here in this continent where supposedly it's a continent of so much unknown,
Mm-hmm.
someone knew something about magic.
Interesting. I will relay that information to the rest of the people.
Does it Serenixia, does it appear to contain useful arcane knowledge, or is it just a sort of a rehash of what we already know?
You can make an
DM?
Arcana check and be like, or
Sure.
actually, no, this would be. Yeah, I'll give you Arcana.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Serenixia, your power specifically comes from your bloodline. It's less intelligence-based and more just, you don't think about it, you just do it.
Yeah.
This kind of magical study is not really something you know all that well.
Okay.
It's fun with the latency because it keeps coming in at different.
Well, what most of you don't know is that we actually had Eli Bergen play trombone to this and then made a video to it
That's dope.
in our room.
I love it.
It was good. I will try and find it on Miranda's Facebook.
Anyway.
I think Emily was trying to examine the
Tapestry.
tapestry.
All right, back to you. The tapestry itself appears to be most of it. I mean, most of it's gone. The little bits and pieces you can see, you think there might have been. The cloth itself may have been some shade of blue. You're not entirely sure. The rod it is affixed to, on the other hand, does appear to be rather ornate. It is made of some sort of metal. Maybe it's normal steel, maybe it's not. You're not entirely sure. At the ends, at each end, capping the ends of the rod, are two swirling designs. Almost look like maybe it's water swirling, maybe it's fire swirling. You're not entirely sure.
How tall is it?
The curtain rod is about 7 feet from the.
Can I
Turn
see
back.
over top of it?
Oh.
There isn't really. I mean, there is like more wall over it, but like it's up against a wall. There's really nothing behind it.
Okay.
Turn back. Turn
Yes,
back. Can you give me a boost?
I can do that. It's, okay. It's safe to come through, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I imagine Rentha does like a front handspring and like gets on she gets
Yeah.
on his shoulders like that.
Yeah.
So extra. And can she try and get up to the bar and pull it off the wall?
Make an acrobatics check to stand on Trinick's shoulders first. Okay, now make a general strength check to see if you can pull the.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Strength check.
Are you trying to pull the tapestry down?
Womp womp. I'm trying to pull the pole down.
I can do that.
Unfortunately,
hooked
the
into the
rod
wall?
appears to be just well affixed to the wall, and you're unable to yank it down.
Do you need it to come down, Orentha?
Yeah.
I would like to try.
Sure.
Should I also do a strength check?
Sorry, what was that?
If I should also do a strength check, given that
could
I'm
reach.
as tall as...
Yep, go for it.
So with strength check, or just... Okay,
Strength.
got it. Eh!
You walk up to that thing and give a mighty, and it does not move.
Intriguing.
Ooh.
Can I
Can we
sense...
try together?
I feel like...
Can I aid her?
Can I see and feel with my trunk if it's affixed to the wall in any more...
I'm sorry, if it's affixed to what?
The wall in a more... Like, basically this pole is attached to the hooks that are in the wall, or how does this work?
Well, see, that's the interesting thing. There are no hooks.
Oh.
Oh! Okay,
Can I-
player me knows exactly what this is.
Oh shoot! I think I know
Yeah.
what this is too.
Can
This-
Oh!
It's not affixed to the wall. Can we
Oh.
feel around for like? Can I feel around for invisible hook as I'm rationalizing it?
You, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Maybe I'll find a button to push.
I would also like to find a button to push, but I will let you do it first.
Well, that's the thing. You feel around, and what you notice is it is up against the wall. It is not. It's not just so. It's not just floating. It is up against the wall, and as you feel around, no, there you don't find any hooks, any sort of reason why it's just sitting there, but it is.
Hmm.
Can I go over and like lift up the tapestry and like see what's behind it?
Well, no, the tapestry is basically just threads just dangling down.
Okay, can I like push them out and see what's behind it?
Okay, you do so.
Agate, can you try to rip the rest of the tapestry off of it?
Can try. Do we? I mean, I guess there's not much of it left. I could burn it if you want.
No.
Oh, maybe
Nick.
just
No,
like
no, no, no,
pull
no,
it.
no, no.
Like pull it really hard.
Okay, I can pull it really hard. I'm gonna like jump up, like grab the tapestry. Wait, I can like take it down with me.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for this because this thing is so old. You jump and cling to the threads of it, and it just rips in half. There's still
I'm just
some of
like-
it. There's still some little dangly bits from the dangling from the rod, but you are now holding thread.
Imagine like I'm on the floor in like a pile of spaghetti.
It's not a pile. There's, like I said, most of this tapestry has been eaten or eroded by time. They're
A
just
light
threads.
webbing.
Okay.
Would anyone be cool with picking us up at a later date?
I'd be good with that.
I'm comfortable with that if
Okay.
we want to
Yeah.
leave it off here.
Yes. My bedtime is earlier than usual.
What is the plan for the next couple sessions? Because I know we want to